Hello, today I am going to be reviewing and taking a look at the NECA Ultimate Feral Predator, and I already have him posed up with some accessories attached to him like his shield, wrist blades, and backpack. But before I actually get into him, I'm going to go over something. So, I got him on eBay, which isn't a problem. And there's no problems with him. However, the eBay page says that there are tears on the box and a cut on the front of the packaging. And, damn it. That's just straight up not true. They sent me a perfectly fine box with no issues at all, aside from that little dent right there, but that's it. It's completely fine and superfluous. Nothing wrong with it. And I'm happy about it, but we'll go over, while we're at it, we can go over the box. It's very big, simple, and basic looking, but good. Logo on the side, the action shots on the back, which look really dope. A little bit of an explanation of him, and you can pause it here if you want to read it. Just give you another second to pause it there, if you need to. And opening the box up from the front. It is basically the same as every other NECA Predator figure I've seen. It looks good as hell, though. But the packaging isn't really what we're all about, even though it is nice. So, I'm going to start off with accessories before anything else. He already has his shield, his wrist blades, and backpack attached to him. And the backpack is magnetic, so it just sticks to either side of his back. The backpack looks pretty neat. It has some text written along the brown ridges there. It's hefty and feels kind of chunky. The bottom side is just pure silver with some damage done to it, and that looks pretty cool. I don't really know what that hole is for. Why is my hand shaking? I don't know what that hole is for, but it looks cool. It has plenty of detailing, dry brushing, a nice black wash all over it. It looks pretty damn cool, and I like it a lot. It looks like you can attach things to it with these two holes in each side and that hole on the top, but I'm not really sure if it was meant to have anything attached to it or not. But it looks good regardless. He includes his... Okay, that's right. He includes his spear gun, or whatever it is. I don't know what it's called, but it's a gun that fires magnetic spikes. And it looks really good. Very nice sculpting, very nice coloring and painting, and it looks just like it did in the movie. Even has a trigger, the little sight thing at the top, the fins on the edge, there's even a spike in the barrel or whatever it is. And it looks great. And this is also technically magnetic, but it does not have the best connection. No resistance there. But yeah, it's magnetic and does stick to him, it just doesn't have the best connection. But it's fine, it works. It's very functional. And just to, oh, sorry about hitting my phone. Just to show you his backpack. It holds its, aim it up a little bit more. Yeah, there you go. That holds its position very well. Has a much better magnet in it than the gun does. But it looks pretty sick. It's actually kind of a really strong magnet. That's really cool. But setting that down, getting into the other stuff real quick. He includes a combi stick, or I don't even know if it is a combi stick, but it's a similar thing. It has a club at one end and a spike at one end, and it can split in half if it wants to. Oh, it's hard. Hang on. Oh, that's rough. But it does come in two pieces in the box, but you can't put it together. And it looks really cool. So he just has two melee weapons already. And it looks really badass. I love how these look. Again, all of the weapons, all of the paint for everything has all the same positives. It's all fantastic. There's so much detail and paint applied to this that it's downright amazing. The spike looks really cool and wicked. I love it. And the club looks big and mean as hell. I love it. There's even little black ridges near the bottom here. And all of these edges are sculpted separately. They're pretty solid. I don't think it's going to break anytime soon. It looks really, really nice. Up next. Sorry if my voice is a little shaky and weird right now. I just feel really, really horrible today. But he also includes the collapsed version of his shield. Okay, that took a lot longer than I was expecting it to. But he comes with a collapsed version of the shield, and it pegs into his arm with that little tab there on the back of it. It looks nice. Very good grayish silver, nice bronzish brown on it. It's covered in a black wash all the way over it. Or all over it, I mean. It's very well detailed. Every little crevice and hole and shape is popping out really, really well, and it looks nothing short of gorgeous. He includes... Okay, I'm just going to show two of these things at the same time. He includes a shortened version of the combi stick and two little hooks in a separate package to hook it onto his belt. I just have the hooks on there already. But again, same positives about this as everything else. It looks gorgeous. The brown is really nice. The grayish silver is great. And this isn't particularly flimsy as far as I can tell, but I'm not going to mess with it because I don't want to snap it. But it's pretty good looking. Those hooks just simply clip onto it. If they want to. There you go. Yeah, the hooks just clip on there. They stay on pretty well. And it does hook onto the back of his belt pretty alright. And up next are some more interesting accessories, in my opinion. So, besides the pissed off screaming mouth he has on right now, he also has, so he comes with this mouth in the box, this closed jaw, but he also includes this slightly open mouth expression and a whole crazy number of hands. So he has fists on right now, but he came with two splayed hands in the package. These came on him in the box, but I put the fists on just for the posing. But he also includes what appears to be a hand for the combi stick, a tight gripping hand, a trigger finger hand. Oh, that's the trigger finger hand up here. So I don't know what this one is for. And then two slightly tight gripping hands. So he has a ton of options to go with. But these mouths look fantastic. They're very well sculpted and painted. And I will show you how to put these in a minute. In just a sec, I mean. But these look wicked gross. They're pink and appropriately brown. The teeth are nice and white and very well painted. The skin is very good looking. It's almost wet in appearance. Come on. I'm just not going to mess with that anymore. But the skin is very scaly and wet looking, and it looks fantastic. That goes for the entire figure, really. But getting... God, this is annoying. That is way too bright. I am fucking this whole video up. I am sorry. But getting into the Predator himself. Starting off with the accessories attached to him, his mask does indeed come off separately. You can just easily snap it back into place, and it holds its shape. It's not going anywhere. Or it holds its position. It is not going anywhere. But his mask itself looks really, really dope. It has a nice black wash to bring out the details and the dents and everything. There's silver bits along the edge and some mechanical detailing inside of the mask. It looks really, really good, and it looks like actual bone. I wonder what alien this was from, or the skull. What alien did this skull originally belong to is my question. It looks really good. I love it. And then his shield, which does just peg into that hole on his arm, it goes a specific way so that higher up ridge, so the way it's facing now, you're going to just plug it in that way. That's not really a great example, but make sure the raised up ridge is facing down towards his hand. But the shield looks really, really cool. It's big and appropriately thin, but not too flimsy at all. It looks really, really pretty. It kind of reminds me of the shield from Sekiro, but I really do dig it. It makes up for him not having a plasma caster. But the shield is really cool looking. I appreciate it very much. And another interesting thing is his wrist blades come out. They slot into these little holes on each side of his wrist. So I'm just going to do one, but take them out afterwards. But they just go into this little peg hole, and they stay in pretty fine. It's actually kind of rough to pull it out, but the wrist blades are very thick, silver, and they look really cool. I like that they don't look the same as other Predator Gauntlet blades. I like that they went for something completely different with these. And now to show you how his mouth plugs in. What I did is I just lifted his head up, grabbed him by whatever his equivalent of cheeks are, and just slowly wiggled and pulled it out. It looks disgusting without a mouth. Oh my god, he looks creepy and gross. But the mouth just has a big peg on top, and this pissed off, screaming mouth looks really, really good. There's so much pink and white on the teeth. Black. It looks badass. I love it. And then you just plug it right back into his head. Alright, getting onto sculpt and paint for this dude. I can't really say anything bad about him. He is gorgeous. He looks like an actual suit actor, almost. The skin is wet looking. Some battle damage is on there. That's what the silver is. That's where, like in the movie, he used like medical glue to shut his wounds in the movie. His chest looks really cool with that red and pink almost. The silver scarred going down his pec. He looks great. The pink on the back, his spine looks fantastic. He has a wolf skull and a rattlesnake skull attached to his belt, with the net ball as well hanging down. And he also has these little, I don't know what they were called, but he like threw them and they clasped around something and cut through it like a human leg or arm. He used it as a weapon. I don't know what it's called, but those are there on his belt too. And his entire belt is soft, rubbery. Most of it is soft. Okay, this front piece is soft, but his actual loincloth down here is much harder, but can still move. And his side skirts are soft, they move just fine. And his butt flap is pretty much the same story. I did not mean to flash you with his ass, I am sorry. His dreads are soft and thin and rubbery, just like every other Predator figure, but some of them are in clumps together. Like, that's one individual, like, piece. See what I mean? Like, they're all clumped together and sculpted together. It's strange, but it's interesting in a good way, I think. He also has fucking back hair for some reason. Hang on a sec. He has back hair on the back of his neck. That is gross, and I hate it so much, but it's really cool at the same time. Ugh, fucking hell, that is disgusting looking. But, getting into articulation now. His sculpt's great. No problems with it. But articulation now. His head can rock side to side. I did not know why I did that. He can look side to side just fine. Up pretty damn far. Down pretty damn far. His neck is a double-ended joint. So the base of the neck and the part attaching to his skull both have a joint in it, so he can look up, down crazy far. The arms can go out that far, at least on my copy. He has a bicep rotation. His arms can indeed do a full 360-degree movement. His forearms can rotate as well. His double-jointed elbow is very good. Holy shit. Wow, that's a lot better than I thought it was. Both arms are the same. I'm just going to go over this one, really. His wrist can rotate inside of his gauntlet, and every wrist except for, I think, one has the same joint. So most of the wrists go up and down, like so. But I'll get to the other hand in a minute. He can hit the splits pretty good. His thighs have a rotation. His knees can bend. Oh, it's tight. Okay, that's about as far as the knee seems to go. But that's pretty high up. And the knee joint isn't ugly as sin. That's good. The ankles can rotate. Rotation. They can kick back about that far and forward about that far. So not really a ton of movement on the feet, but there is some. His torso at the diaphragm can rotate a little bit, but at the bottom of his body, it can rotate a lot more. He can crunch a little bit and arcing back. I think his diaphragm joint is tight. I'll have to fix that. But his articulation is very good. I love it. He's not the most hyper-articulated figure ever, but he's pretty damn sick. I give this guy, for what he is, a lower-end Predator figure, maybe a 9 out of 10. His sculpting, his painting, the artistry that went into this is insane. He looks badass. And I'm sorry if my lighting is still bad, I know it is. But just to give you a clear shot of his face, there you go. His eyes are painted very well. His skin is appropriately brown and red, and he just looks phenomenally good. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this really shitty video. I'm trying my best with these reviews, I really am. But I give this dude a 9 out of 10 for what he is. I like him a lot. Anyways, peace out, fellas.